Welcome back to Craig's Cabin. Today we're going to identify and cook this mushroom. Let's jump into the video. So it's a lovely day here, bit sunny, but hey. So we went on a little walk today, and my son Max found a big bunch of mushrooms on the tree, and some of these mushrooms were as big as a dustbin lid, big as logs. And one of our volunteers that was with us said she knew what it was. It was a Dryads Saddle mushroom. So this is just a small one. Never tried it before. Now apparently the correct way to identify it is not just the way it looks, because it's also known as pheasant's back mushroom, and it does look a bit like pheasant feathers, but the underneath here, apparently, there we go, if you press and poke and prod, it doesn't bruise, is one way to identify it. And the second way is its smell. So just gonna split it open there. Well, that's strange. It's yeah, it's exactly how I've found out. It smells like the skin of a watermelon or cucumber skin. Now apparently the best way to cook this is to cut the stem off, give it a brush to give it a clean, and thin slices, and fry it. And when we fry it, you should see the water coming out of it. Apparently it's very good with pastas in a cream sauce, or as a side with meat and vegetables. So I'm just going to go back indoors, and we're going to clean and cook this Dryad Saddle and give it a try. And remember, always be 100% sure of what you're picking and eating before you eat it. Check with 3 different sources. So we've checked with our app, we've checked online, and we've checked in our mushroom books, which we've bought from Amazon. So let's just go indoors and we'll cook this up. The kitchen, we're just going to cut the stalk off. So, oh, let's get this in the right position. Let's cut that bit off first. We can turn it, that's it. Get it so you can see. I'm just going to cut it. As you can see, I've cut the stem off, which we're going to go put down the bottom of the garden where the logs are. You never know, they might respore. So next, I've got to brush all the dirt and bits off as much as we can. And if it's not quite working, it seems to be working fine, you can also get damp cloth. You don't want to wash it under the water, just want to see that even just brushing it off with your finger gets it off. So now we want to get our pan. Like so. Heat that up. And so it's about a teaspoon of oil. I'm going to put a bit more than a teaspoon. So It's a nice soft bit at the top here, the pheasant back. It says just to slice through. And as you can see, it's really easy. I'm going to cut it like little tiny cake wedges or pizza wedges. Now apparently, even though it smells a bit like watermelon or cucumber, it's meant to have a taste similar to pork or chicken. It doesn't specify which. So let's cut these a bit smaller, shall we?
Probably depends on the way you cook it.
I'm going to do these like goujons, I think, except for no breadcrumbs on them. So while the oil's heating up, we're going to cut these nice and into strips. And we're going to try a little bit when we've cooked it, and we're going to wait to see. Even though I've checked the ID of this mushroom in 3 places, it's always best to try a little and then wait to see the effects. Let's just double check my oil. Nice and hot. Like it says, we've got to put these into the oil and leave them to start to turn brown. Right, I'm going to just put these in. Just got to leave them to cook. Now I just want to sear this Dryads Saddle. I'm just going to flip it every now and again. Just want a nice sear on it. As you can see, the water's coming out as well. Now I'm a bit paranoid when it comes to food, about food poisoning and stuff like that, so I tend to cook it a little bit longer, or how I like it. But when I'm cooking for everybody else, it's got to be all properly cooked. So these ones, so like from here, and that one are done. Just these two we're waiting on. Nearly there. A little bit longer. Just want to make sure it's all cooked properly. But we're going to take these ones out, put them on a plate, season them. When I say seasoning, I am just talking about salt, because I don't want to overpower any flavour that these may have. This is the first time I'm trying them. And apparently it's good with a cream sauce on pasta. Well, we'll see. very nearly done. They still got a lovely pattern, albeit a bit darker on the tops of the mushroom, and they have shrunk like mushrooms do, but look at that. Just wait for these little ones to finish, and then we're season them with some sea salt. We'll try them on their own, and then I've got some sauces here made by the same volunteer that told me what these were before I looked them up. She made them herself, and this is the same lady who made delicious brownies from drooping sedge seeds. So we've got hoisin sauce and fig and orange sauce. So try that in there after we've tried a little bit raw, and then we're gonna wait half an hour and see how I've handled it, because I might have a sensitivity to these mushrooms, or they might kill me. So but I was told by the lady that they are Dryads Saddle, so I looked them up online and in the app, and then I checked them, and then I checked them in my foraging books that were bought from Amazon. Don't they look good? So oh my god. So we've had the mushroom before that tastes like chicken. This is the chicken of the woods mushroom. Now this mushroom, I've seasoned it with this sea salt, tastes like pork. Now it's a bit chewy. I chewed the, it's where I've left it in and I've chewed it a bit more. But now let's put that over there for a minute. There we go. Now we're going to use hoisin sauce, give it a little shake up. Right, so we've got hoisin sauce. Oh. And that doesn't go with hoisin sauce, I'm afraid. Do it with the fig and orange sauce. No, it doesn't really go with that. I think it would go with applesauce. So I'm going to put this to the side, wrap it up so nobody else touches it. And we're going to wait a bit and see how this affects me. About half an hour. So hopefully I'll see you in half an hour. So while we're waiting for the effects of the mushroom, or non-effects, a little bit of history. It's called the Dryads Saddle because in Greek mythology it's named after the mythical creatures that would often walk through the woods and use the mushroom itself to perch upon. The more apt name, pheasant back mushroom, is because of the pattern on it. Resembles the pattern on a pheasant. So there we go, a little bit of history. And it's now been 15 minutes and no effects, so we come back in another 15 minutes and that would have been half an hour. But so far so good. So it's been a few hours since I tried it. I know I said it'd only be half an hour, but I needed to double check. And Dryads Saddle tastes just like pork. I still got all the contents of my stomach. I'm still here. So Dryads Saddle mushroom gets a thumbs up from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Stay safe.